Hi there, how are you today? Have you ever finished speaking in English and thought that didn't sound right? You understand a lot, but you come across less confident than you really are. Today I'll show you 5 speaking mistakes that hold B1 and B2 students back and a quick fix for each. Stay to the end for a mini practice. Let's get started. So, quick point before we start. Sounding confident is not about your level and it's not about speaking fast. It's about a few small habits. And most students get them wrong without noticing. Once you can see these 5 mistakes, you can fix them fast, You don't need more grammar. You need to speak in a smarter way. Let's go through them one by one with examples you can copy straight away. Mistake number 1. Answers that are far too short. This happens in speaking part 1 of the B2 first exam, the interview. The examiner asks, "Do you enjoy cooking?" And you say, "Yes, I do." The grammar is fine, isn't it? But the examiner hears almost no English. Here is the fix. 3 steps. Answer, reason, example. Watch the difference. Don't say yes, I do. Say, I'm really into cooking. It helps me relax after work. And at the weekend, I love trying new recipes. Same question, but now the examiner hears your vocabulary, your tenses, your fluency. 3 or 4 sentences are perfect. And here is a tip. If you don't have a real example, just invent one. Nobody checks if it's true. So, never stop after your first word. Answer, reason, example, every time. Mistake number 2. Freezing when you don't know what to say. This hits hard in part 4, the discussion, when bigger questions are asked, like, do you think people work too much these days? Your mind might go blank and you fill this silence with or you go silent for 5 long seconds. And the mistake is not the pause. The mistake is filling it with nothing. So the fix is simple. Learn a few thinking phrases in English. Short expressions that buy you time and still sound fluent. For example, that's an interesting question. Well, let me think for a moment. Or, I've never really thought about that, but I'd say, or this one, it depends really. Pick 2 or 3 and practice them until they come out automatically. Then, when your mind goes blank, your mouth keeps going. Never freeze. Slow down with a smart phrase and carry on. Mistake number 3, a big one. Translating word for word from your own language. You think of a long, clever sentence, be it in Spanish, in Italian, in French, your language. You try to translate it perfectly, and it falls apart. The word order goes wrong and you get stuck halfway, and your fluency is gone. Think about part 2. You get 2 photos and you compare them in the B2 first speaking exam. You talk about how they're similar and different, and then you answer that question. And then the examiner asks your partner a short follow-up question about the same topic. Both moments tempt you to build one big perfect sentence in your head, and that's where students freeze. Here is the fix. Stop translating. Speak in chunks. Short, simple pieces you can produce. Don't aim for one perfect long sentence. Aim for 3 or 4 short, correct ones. Don't try, I would have preferred the situation shown in the second photograph. Just say, I prefer the second photo. It looks more relaxing. I would choose that one. Simple, correct, and fluent. A short, clear sentence always beats a broken, long one. If this is helping you so far, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And save the video to practice before your exam. Now, the next mistake is one that almost everyone makes. Mistake number 4. Flat, repetitive language. You have correct grammar, but you repeat the same words. I think, I like, and everything is very nice and very good. Take a part 1 question. Tell me about your hometown. The flat version would be, I think my hometown is very nice. I like it. The people are very nice. Not wrong, but grey. And the examiner is listening for range. Here is a fix, and you only need a small kit. Instead of, I think, say, in my opinion, or I would say. Instead of I like, say, I'm really into, or I'm a big fan of this and that. And give very a rest. Use extremely, or absolutely, or incredibly. Now, the same answer with the kit. I would say my hometown is a really lovely place to live. I'm a big fan of my old town, and the local food is absolutely delicious. Same idea, but it sounds colorful and confident. So, pick 5 or 6 upgrades, practice them, and your English jumps a level. Mistake number 5. Speaking too fast with a flat voice. When we're nervous, we rush to get it over with, all on one note, like a robot. But when you rush, you make more mistakes and you sound less confident, not more. And here is something connected to this. Nerves also make us speak too quietly. So quietly, in fact, that the examiner sometimes has to make a little gesture with their hand for you to speak up. Don't let that happen. Please, this is your moment. So speak loudly, show off everything you know. You've prepared for this, so let the examiner hear it. Think of part 2, your long turn. If you race through it, the examiner can barely follow you. And the fix costs nothing. Slow down and let your voice move. Pause at the commas. Pause at the full stops. Let your voice go up and down. Listen. The rushed version. In the picture, I can see 2 people and they're walking, and the calm version. In the picture, there are 2 people. They seem to be walking together and they look quite happy. Same words, but the second one sounds in control. Slow, clear, loud is confident. Remember that. Let's put it together now. A B2 Part 1 question. What do you usually do at the weekend? Here is the before, with all 5 mistakes. I go out. It's very nice. I like it. Now let me rebuild it. Well, that's a nice question. At the weekend, I usually... Do I say make sport? No, that's a translation. I usually do some sport because it helps me switch off. On Saturdays, I'm really into hiking and... Slow down, Aurelia. Last weekend, I went up a small mountain near my town and it was absolutely beautiful. Same student, same level, but no freezing, no translation, real examples, varied vocabulary, calm pace. That's sounding confident. Quick recap of your 5 fixes. Don't give one-word answers. Answer, reason, example. Don't freeze. Use a thinking phrase. Don't translate. Speak in short chunks. And don't sound flat. Use your upgrade kit. And don't rush or mumble. Slow down, speak up, and let your voice move. 5 small changes, and you will sound far more confident on your exam day. You've got this. Now, which of these 5 mistakes do you make the most? Tell me in the comments, just write the number, and I will read every one. And if you want to go further, I've written a really useful article on the common mistakes in the B2 first speaking paper. Let me take you there. And here we are. This article focuses on, as I said, common mistakes that B2 first candidates make in the speaking paper. It goes through all 4 parts with real candidate mistakes and the expressions that fix them. The link is in the description. So that's all for today. See you in the next lesson and stay tuned for more words of advice and handy material. Bye!